Good afternoon and welcome to the marketplace. Coming up this afternoon, Cocoa Board announces procurement and distribution of non-adjustable weighing scale following JoyNews' Missing Kilo documentary. Government task force on retail trade hints of closing down shops that fail to regularize their status. Will that end the age-long retail war? We will find out from an expert. Also in the bulletin this afternoon, second-hand car dealers pushes for review of current automobile policy as the hint of nationwide demonstration over projected 5 million job losses. We have the details plus many more coming up this afternoon on your marketplace after the break. Welcome back to the marketplace. I am Sandra S. Sinam Apenu. In our first story this afternoon, second-hand automobile dealers in the country will be embarking on a series of demonstrations nationwide to push for the review of current automobile policy. According to them, both the policy and the Customs Amendment Bill have the potential to collapse the businesses of about 5 million Ghanaians in the value chain. Secretary of the Ghana Automobile Dealers Union, Clifford Anso, has been speaking with Joy Business.
More automobile manufacturers are expected to begin assembling in the country, in addition to the German automaker Volkswagen and others who have already begun work in the country under a new policy. According to the local automobile dealers, all efforts to get the government to amend sections of the policy which threatens their existence have failed. Secretary of the Ghana Automobile Dealers Union, Clifford Anso, believes a nationwide demonstration can push the government to consider their concerns.
The next thing for us is demonstration, which is we are planning. You know, we have a coalition. We are coming together with a lot of artisans and then stage a very big demonstration. Our demonstration is not going to be a one-day demonstration. We shall make sure that the demonstration will continue. Even if it's 1 month, we don't care. We shall continue to demonstrate until our concerns, are met. Other than that, we cannot sit down for this our businesses to just collapse. We can't do that.
How many people do you think will lose their jobs if these policies come to fruition and your concerns have not been taken?
5 million and over.
5 million?
I tell you. Car dealers, sprayers, auto electricians, fitters, even truck drivers are going to lose their jobs.
He has also accused the government of not being transparent with stakeholders in drafting the policy documents.
Ghanaians should know that this is the contract that we signed with them. And for that matter, whoever is going to buy the car will be given this or will be given that. We don't want this thing to be a verbal. If they are saying this today, tomorrow the conversation also will change.
The government has not been transparent.
Not at all. We want this thing to come out. Let us everybody know. Let us see it. That is the contract that we signed with the people, right? So that everybody will be assured that, at the end of the day, this is what I'm going to get, right? It's better than to hire something from somebody. Even this policy that you are saying, or this law that you even brought, people's concerns were not taken. You just invited them, you had a conversation with them, the people left. And you are touting yourself that you're engaging them, when you engage somebody for a meeting, or when you engage somebody for a dialogue, right, there must be something fruitful. But if I'm not satisfied, and you are satisfied, then you have not achieved your aim.
He says plans are advanced to mobilize affected stakeholders for the demonstration.
Eddie Kusi Adoma Ankuma is the Greater Accra Regional Secretary of the Automobile Dealers Union of Ghana. He joins me via Zoom for a conversation on this whole new bill that was introduced. Thanks so much for your time this afternoon, sir. Hello, Eddie. I think your audio is on mute. Can you unmute for us, please? Eddie, can you hear me, please? So we are trying to get Eddie back online. His audio is on mute, so we get that done and we speak to him about this whole demonstration that the automobile dealers are planning to embark on. I think we have you back, Eddie. Good afternoon. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam.
All right, so we've had several assurances from government and then stakeholders in the industry that the presence of these automobile giants in the country won't kill your business. What exactly is your fear?
Good afternoon, madam, and good afternoon to your cherished viewers this afternoon. The whole thing is that, you see, government has decided to invite, or let's say allow, car manufacturers, VW, Toyota, Sando Trucks, and other companies to establish here, to assemble their cars over here. And that one, we, the association, welcome the idea that is good, that the government is trying to invite these companies to the country. One, the law that was passed, and that was passed, I think, April 31st or so. And after the law was passed, it's supposed to start in operation, that is 1st of November.
Are you talking about the Customs Amendment Bill?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain it clearly to our listeners. The thing is, the law, the way it was passed, when you look at the law critically, you would see that the idea was to ban used cars and also discourage people of buying or bringing in used cars into the country, as well as salvage cars and a whole lot. So we, the car dealers, got to know that some of the law, the impact on our business will be serious, that you will not even like to bring in cars anymore.
Okay, so let's go into the details. Let's go into the details of some of the provisions in that law. So let me ask you first of all, let me ask you, one of the things that you're not so happy with is the 35% increment on duty. Is that one of them? And what exactly is your issue with that?
Yes, all duties are going to be 35%. Like now, as we speak right now, we have cars that we pay 5%, 10%, and 20% duty. All these cars are going to be 35%. And after that, we have a certificate of conformance. That means when the car comes, you have to go through a certain process at the standard board before you can clear your car. And we have also the salvage cars. The salvage car that we needed a clear clarification, because if you talk about salvage, certain cars like bumper, windscreen, and those cars are not salvage, but it all was included. So now we went and met I think we have met the minister in several occasions, and we also met the president, and he gave us assurance that he would just facilitate the way for us to meet the minister and do JoJo. We went back to the minister, and we explained to him these problems. We told him these are our problems, all of us. And he gave us assurance that we should wait when the implementation starts.
Right.
So to me, we think implementation is starting from the 1st of November. So when the implementation starts, we were looking forward to see that our concerns have been addressed.
Okay, so yes, I mean, that was started in November, so it's not started yet. But again, we understand that that 35% has been reduced. It's an information we are picking up that has been reduced to about 20%. Are you aware of this, and would that be okay for you?
No. That one I have no clue about it, because the thing was passed in the parliament. So if anybody comes to the air and say that, maybe only the president has the power to do that.
What percentage are you looking at? What percentage will work for you?
Oh, the percentage that we are paying already is okay. The 10, the 5, 10, and 20 is okay with us.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
We should get a fair play. We should get a fair play. So we will be bringing our cars. We pay the normal duty we have been paying. And these people will be bringing their cars, even though you are giving them full built unit, they are not paying any duty. We don't mind. We don't mind. But if you are telling them that they are not paying duty and we have to pay more, that one is not fair.
All right. So you also have another issue, right? You have another issue with the conformity certificate.
Yeah,
right.
What? that one, you see, when you bring a car, just like right now, when you bring any commodity to the country, Standard Board will come, they will take samples, go and inspect it. So the way they handle things, you have to go and pay money. So all this will make more of our costs. So we are saying that if it's possible, if somebody is able to get a clear certificate, the clean title that you want, then what's the problem of going through the certification and those kind of things? Documentation will be a problem for us.
All right.
And besides that, don't forget that to get a clean title for a car is not an easy thing.
All right. Quickly, so, we are running out of time. Let's just move on. But I want to know from you, what's next for your members if government doesn't listen to all your concerns? Oh,
indeed. If all what we have said has, if they can address it properly to us, I think it will be unfair for us, so that we too will take action and come to the street. But I know they will take care of that.
All right, yes. Adi, I'm grateful for.
We have the assurance.
All right, Adi, grateful for your time this afternoon. Unfortunately, we have to move on. I'm grateful you joined us this afternoon on the marketplace. Let's move on to other stories. Cocoa Board is set to procure some non-adjustable weighing scales for all licensed buying companies in the next cocoa crop season. This follows the Missing Kilos documentary by JoyNews' investigative journalist Kwete Netted that revealed how some LBCs are adjusting scales to shortchange cocoa farmers. Speaking at a press engagement, Deputy CEO of Operations at Cocoa Board, Dr. Emmanuel Poku, said this punitive reform measure will also surcharge all LBCs caught in the act.
Following a preliminary inspection tour of sheds, that is the LBC's sheds, led by the Chief Executive in 2018, Cocoa Board management commissioned the Ghana Standards Authority to perform a thorough inspection of all weighing scales used at LBC's sheds. That's we are talking about the point of sale where the farmers deliver cocoa to sell to the LBCs across the country. This was necessary to gather empirical evidence on the extent of the problem and to inform policy and strategic decisions. Based on the report from the Ghana Standards Authority, which found that the practice was systemic, Cocoa Board management has settled on two solutions. One is a preventive reform measure, and the other is an immediate term punitive measure. The preventive or the reform or preventive measure involves the introduction of the Ghana Standards Authority recommended electronic sealable weighing scales, which meet a set of tamper-proof standards, so that scale adjustments will be a thing of the past. To provide the needed guidance and ensure the smooth rollout of this reform, the decision has been taken to import the electronic sealable weighing scales starting this year, 2020, and distribute them at a cost to the LBCs. Meantime, Cocoa Board has put in place a punitive measure to surcharge any defaulting LBC with a monetary equivalent of the aggregated weight from cocoa sheds across the country that the LBC in question may have shortchanged the unsuspecting farmers.
MTN Ghana has again cautioned customers to be mindful of their mobile money transactions to secure their accounts from fraudsters. This was made known at MTN's Momo Month celebrated in Accra today.
MTN Ghana, as part of its Momo Month celebration, has outlined 3 golden rules to customers to escape the schemes of fraudsters. These include non-disclosure of mobile money account PIN to third parties. Do not entertain calls from persons who request to discuss mobile money issues except from MTN. General Manager of MTN Mobile Money Services, Eli Henny, has been sharing the details.
We encourage our customers to observe the 3 golden rules. Stay away from or protect themselves from fraudsters. The first one is do not disclose your mobile money PIN to anyone, and that means nobody. And I keep saying that once we do that, it means our PINs are safe. And do not entertain calls or text messages from anybody who is calling to discuss your mobile money wallet issues with you. Except if MTN is calling you, we will call you with our official number, which is 0244 300,000. And I repeat, 0244 300,000. And let's take note of that. And we should also not allow anyone to do transactions on our behalf, because like I keep saying, if you allow someone to do transactions on your behalf, it means you would have exposed your PIN to that person to complete a transaction. And by so doing, you would have failed on the first and most important part of the golden rule, which is do not disclose your mobile money to anyone. And you must always remember that if you do not participate in a promotion, you cannot win.
The relevance of Momo in COVID-19 world is the theme for this year's Momo Month. As part of activities, MTN says it will reward customers for their loyalty, but essentially, they have given other support to customers to help alleviate the impact of COVID-19 while enticing them to use the digital platform to shoot up Ghana's digital inclusion agenda.
During the period, we have covered transactions from 1 to 100 for free, both for platform transactions and interoperability. We also extended the limit of wallets of our customers so they can hold more money in their wallets. The daily transaction limits have also been increased, and the monthly aggregate transactions have all been increased. This have all been done to support digital transactions, to ensure that people are able to use their money, continues to adapt and innovate consistently to support the growth of the industry. We cannot celebrate Momo Month without rewarding and also encouraging subscribers who have been loyal to the mobile money service. In view of that, we'll be announcing promotions for our customers, our agents, and merchants as part of the celebrations.
Fred Duo reporting for Joy Business.
You're still watching the Marketplace on Joy News. Now, government task force on retail trade has given the strongest indication of closing down shops of foreign retailers that have not regularized their status after the grace period. This was contained in a statement from the Trade Ministry as it announces resumption of the committee's work from next Monday. Joining me via Zoom for a discussion is the Center Coordinator of CART International, a policy advocacy group, Apia Kusi Adomaku. Thanks so much for joining me, Ms. Apia. Ms. Apia, kindly unmute your audio.
Okay, thank you very much, and your happy viewers.
All right, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Now, I mean, the task forces will begin operations on Monday. Is this the best strategy to end the age-old trade war? I mean, 25 years has been long.
Yes, I think it's time to review our trade laws in conformity with the African Continental Free Trade Agreement.
Well, Mr. Pia, before we come to the review, I'm asking you, the task force is supposed to regularize people from Monday. I'm asking if that is the best strategy to end the trade war that has lingered for 25 years.
Yes, I think for a start, we'll take it as a moderate step in doing so. But I think there is more to it that needs to be done in terms of regularizing foreigners who are trading in Ghana here.
I'm confused as to what they mean by regularizing people. We know that the law requires that foreigners invest at least $1 million in the retail market, and they should also be able to employ about 20 people. So that law is already there. Before we come to whether we should review it or not, what exactly will be or will a regularization mean for foreign retailers?
Okay. You know, that blanket minimum capital requirement for foreigners who want to come and do business here I think it doesn't help, because there are some sectors that someone doesn't need the stated capital of 500,000 cedis to enter into the market. And so I think they are going to look at case by case and then allow people to trade. And I also know that the GIPC law is also under review. That would also take into consideration some of these differentials in terms of the capital limit for foreigners who are doing business in the country.
Okay, so back to what you wanted to speak about earlier, with the coming in of the Continental Free Trade Agreement, which is supposed to take off next year. Yes, we've had a clash with the domestic laws, i.e. the ECOWAS laws, and then also we have that of the Continental Free Trade coming in. Is it about time you think that we review Ghana's retail law to suit the Continental Free Trade laws and also that of ECOWAS?
Yes, I think it's a belated thing that we've not done over the years. Even the ECOWAS protocol allows for citizens of member states to be able to move and transact businesses within the community. And now we've all signed the AFCFTA, that is the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. That also goes further toward reinforce the ECOWAS agreement. So I'm very optimistic that the GIPC law will be revised, and I'm told that I had a chat with Mr. Grant, and he told us that they are working on it to revise it in conformity with the African Union AFCFTA to allow to take away that kind of the minimum capital restriction, and also foreclosing foreigners in entering into our retail sector.
Okay, so before we have that review, we know and we've seen what is happening in the retail market. Every now and then, I mean, people are taking the laws into their own hands by closing shops of foreigners. Before we have that review, what should be the approach of the task force that is being put together by the Trade Ministry to deal with the current situation on the retail market?
I think the task force needs to have a well-defined blueprint to avoid discretionary in terms of pick and choose who is allowed to stay and do business at the retail market. So the criteria need to be spelled out clearly so that the task force, and also one thing is that for me as a person, I don't have even a problem with foreigners doing business in Ghana so long as they pay their taxes. And I think that it is our own Guta traders who have problems with the foreigners. And I think a study that we did that, I mean, the foreigners are doing well, and I don't see why. But I think that we cannot please Guta at this time. I think that we must please the law that Ghana has signed at the continental level. And so whatever the task force does must ensure that it goes on to reinforce the AFCFTA agreement that Ghana is a signatory to. And again, Ghana is also hosting a secretariat.
It's a pleasure speaking to you this afternoon, Mr. Apiapese Adomako. As always, we are grateful for your input and your time. Away from that, in a bid to meet increasing demand for its goods, Miniso, an internationally known household goods retailer, has launched a new office to deliver a series of products in cooperation with Marvel Entertainment Worldwide. The shop, which is located at Achimota Mall, provides products ranging from fashion to daily life necessities. There's more in the flow report by Bismarck Hausa.
The new shop located at the Achimota Mall puts to 2 the number of shops behemoth Miniso has opened in the country so far since its inception with Marvel Entertainment Worldwide. The shop has on display series of products covering toys, daily necessities, stationery, and hats, which feature heroes like Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Hulk. Edinam Akbakli is the general manager of the local brand.
When we opened Miniso last year, we told you that we'll be having an interesting partnership with Marvel. Now, this year, we've really brought that partnership right to you and right there at Achimota Mall. Now, Marvel is one of the biggest brands in the world. movie brands in the world. And Miniso is one of the most trendiest departmental store chains in the world at the moment. This partnership is supposed to bring you exciting products, trendy products, affordable products, and quality products. Now, when you look into our shop, you see some of our products that we are launching under the Miniso Marvel franchise. The objective is to give you about 2,000 different product units that would meet your needs as a family. So we have things for parents, children, spouses and partners.
Mr. Akbakli also indicates that the products are of high quality, creative and affordable.
Very amazing trendy caps, cool prices. This is our second shop, our Miniso Marvel shop. The plan is to have a couple more of these shops at Ashimota Mall and maybe other malls in the future. And the Miniso Marvel idea and the concept, like I said, is to give you very good and trendy products to your home.
Miniso was established in Tokyo in the year 2013 and it is known globally for its millennial appeal. Bismarck Ausa, Joy Business.